Hello, everybody. You're listening to WGME Radio, WGMEradio.com.
Welcome to the Mason Order. I'm Ryan Cook. I work in an underground sloth trading business, and I'm here with my two co-hosts, Nino Dandan, who is a known dolphin tamer, rider, and breeder. And I'm also with Frankie Tambini, who is a strong, independent Italian who don't need no man.
That's right. So guys, how you guys been doing? That sums up his week. Okay, Ryan, you see anything in news lately? Sports, anything?
Today, or I believe it was yesterday, we had a very, it wasn't a trade, but the New York Jets decided to sign Michael Vick.
Yes.
And the Eagles decided to get Mark Sanchez.
Wow.
The two greatest, worst quarterbacks of all time.
They swapped backup quarterbacks.
One of those signings was stupid, and the other one wasn't even done. To be honest.
Mark Sanchez should not be a quarterback in the NFL. After the butt fumble, he should never be a quarterback.
That's his
again.
greatest accomplishment.
It's the greatest moment of my life.
It wasn't.
That butt football was amazing.
And the best fact about it, it was against the Patriots,
Yeah.
my hometown team.
Yeah,
And the best thing is, now that the Jets signed Vic, the Patriots have the AFC East in the bag again.
Tom Brady is the most beautiful man
He's
I've ever
beautiful.
seen.
He's beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
He's the greatest quarterback to ever play.
True.
He's better than Peyton Manning.
Better than Joe Montana.
He's got, okay, his forehead's better than Peyton Manning. But
You can say that about most people, too.
But
that arm.
Brady has 3 Super Bowls. He's better.
And the best mechanics ever.
Yes.
Peyton Manning didn't ever have like a full team like Tom Brady.
It doesn't matter. Tom Brady has 3 Super Bowls. And Peyton Manning went to the Super Bowl this year with the greatest offense ever and choked. Lost 40-something to like 10. That's awful.
That was pretty awful.
Yeah, and that
The
defense,
worst Super Bowl of all time.
that defense that Seattle had, I mean, it was great, but it's not like all-time greatest defense, ever. And still, that was the greatest offense ever.
I think there was a lot of greatest this year in the NFL. We had the greatest post-game rant, Richard Sherman. We had one of the greatest individual seasons of all time, Peyton Manning. And then we had the greatest worst Super Bowl of all time, the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And then the worst commercials of all time, the greatest worst commercials of all time.
Yeah,
In the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl commercials were awful.
They were
this year.
terrible.
They weren't funny at all. And they usually are hilarious.
So,
Wait, we're talking about the Super Bowl. It's March right now.
I know, but I'm still not over the Super Bowl commercials and how unfunny they were.
it was just, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say about that Super Bowl.
They really gotta step up their game.
It was so built up and so much potential.
I know. But one thing we can say, now that we know, the Jets are not making the Super Bowl, and the Eagles probably won't make the Super Bowl. So there you have it. But, yeah. And
The Eagles now have 2 broken USC quarterbacks on their team.
Oh my God.
My boy Matt Barkley and my boy Mark Sanchez.
Name me one good USC quarterback in the
Okay.
NFL. If you say Carson Palmer, I'm gonna be like, no.
Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, Carson Palmer was a good quarterback.
He got his team to the one.
But you know what really turned it around for him in the negative way?
That like me and
No, he went to the Oakland Raiders.
Oh.
the Raiders will never be good,
The worst team.
pretty much.
Well,
ever.
is Carson Palmer like a California like kid through and through?
He
'Cause, like, if he went to USC, I don't know if he like was born there.
Yeah, right. You being the California expert of the show.
Okay, Carson Palmer. I'm not so sure. I don't know if he was California. I know Leinart was. Leinart went to Modern Day along with my boy Matt Barkley. Mark Sanchez was born in I forget which part of California he was born in.
Yes.
But I don't know if Carson Palmer's the one that's I'm not so sure about. But they were the greatest quarterbacks in college, and I don't know what happens with USC. I'm a huge Trojan fan, BT Dubs, and I love USC, but
Because you're
It's-
from California.
yes, it's
I can tell you why they don't translate to the NFL. Because USC was a total system. It's a system-based offense, and I guess the defense did fine. Those individual players were great. Some of those were really good.
well, the
And
defensive
once-
players go to the NFL and they do some crazy things.
I mean, the offensive linemen do
Clay
well too in the
Matthews,
NFL.
Raymond Lucas having an okay career, Troy Polamalu,
Mhm.
all those guys.
Yeah.
And then they switch it over to offense, and then I don't know what happens.
Yep. But and the NFL draft's coming up. and there's a lot of good properties on there.
Johnny
But
Manziel.
the Jets won't get any better. And also now, Rex Ryan is going to have to change his tattoo because he got his tattoo of his wife wearing a Mark Sanchez jersey, but now Mark Sanchez isn't on the team. So that just looks ridiculous.
Well, Rex Ryan's got plenty of skin to put another tattoo onto if he wants
Oh,
to.
you lost a lot of weight.
How do you? Did he just take a knife and go?
Maybe, probably.
You know, in like Austin Powers, where the sumo. You remember in Austin Powers? I went on a Subway diet. He lost all that weight. and
That's
just
it, yep.
overlapped
Go
on
on the
his
Subway
skin.
diet, yep. Lose all your
I
weight.
went on a Subway diet. I have a lot of excess skin though.
Do you think the Subway diet actually works? Just eating Subway all the time?
Well, Nino, you tried the Subway
We tried
diet once.
this, me and a friend of mine. We tried it and we went like 2 days, or I went like 2 days, and
Yeah.
I couldn't go through it. It's just disgusting. I can't eat
Is
Subway.
it
even-
awful?
It wasn't even 2 days.
Yeah.
It was a day.
It's, yeah, okay, it might have just been a day. It felt like a year. It was that bad. I can't eat Subway for more than 2 meals a day.
It
I know,
was-
that's awful.
I remember, if I recall, you had it. You had it twice in one day, just for lunch and for dinner.
Yeah.
And then the next day you're like, let's go to Subway again, and no one wanted to. And then you guys are like, all right, we're giving up.
That's it, we're done.
I can't do this anymore.
That was awful.
But no, it doesn't work. And then you just get bored of Subway
Well, 'cause you gotta
every
do-
single meal. Do you get the
No, no,
same sub every
It's
single
like,
meal?
It's like that.
You
It's
have
like
to get a 6-inch for lunch, and then like a foot long for dinner.
Whoa, is that the science behind it?
Yeah, I think that's what Jared said to do.
it's like that.
Jared the Subway guy.
It's like that McDonald's movie, Super Size Me.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
He what? Ate McDonald's for a month
Every
in a row?
single meal for a month.
I can do that. I don't feel like I have any trouble with that.
You should
That
try
actually
it.
tastes
You know,
good.
try it. Let us
Oh,
know how it
no,
goes.
I tried it.
I could never do that. Just feeling like
I couldn't eat
awful all
McDonald's.
day.
I couldn't eat McDonald's once in a row.
No, it's awful. Every
disgusting.
single meal, and then you have to get like everything on the menu. If they
Yeah.
ask you to supersize it, you have to
Nah,
say yes.
They don't do the supersize thing anymore. That
Like,
ended.
they ended that.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting.
That,
Oh man! But people
that
still go
documentary
there.
made them look really
Billions of people still go to McDonald's every single day. It's not even good food.
It's cheap too. It's
Yeah.
like $1. I mean, me personally, I haven't gone there in 6 years because I think
It's not worth it.
if there is a hell on earth, welcome to McDonald's. But
It's definitely not worth the feeling a couple hours after anyway. You just all full of McDonald's.
It's like, oh my gosh, it's like vomiting a
It's all frozen.
cow.
and
It just
processed.
makes you want to.
But it's cheap.
Oh.
Was that a cow, Nina?
I was trying to be a cow. That's a
And
dead
that,
cow.
yeah, that.
That was a dead cow. A Wookiee.
What was that?
What was
I don't know, but
Okay, that's a new
You
sound.
ain't no dolphin, baby.
what do you think is the sound of? What do you think a fox says?
I have no idea.
What does a fox say, Ryan?
I really don't know. I mean, I played Super Smash Brothers, and he'd be like, "Hiya!" and all that stuff.
That's what it says.
But
That's
I
what
mean,
foxes
Falco
say.
kind of made the same noises too, so I don't know.
You say Falco and a fox are the same thing?
Falco punch.
That was a great game.
That is one of the top 5 games of all time,
It's a great concept. You just go and beat each other up.
with the greatest characters of all time.
That's
too.
what made it great, because that style of game had come out before.
Exactly.
And once you added in the characters that people knew about, not just like Japanese anime characters, once you put in like, oh, these are Japanese anime characters, that didn't make any sense.
Really, they had everything from fox to Pikachu to.
Best Super Smash Brothers character go.
Wait, this isn't even a question. It's obviously Mr. Game & Watch. There's no other option.
Flipping bacon is a lethal move, I promise you.
He has a little
Flipping
bucket where you just like put all your, everything just goes in that bucket and he's like, no, I don't want it anymore.
And then you're done. There's nothing you can do at that point.
No
You're
shot.
done.
Dude,
His little hammer.
I thought for me it all depends. Everyone's different. I thought that my top 3 were Bowser, Ganondorf, both of which are really slow, but they're
Yeah.
super strong.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought Falco was just, oh my gosh.
Falco's pretty good. But Kirby, you just kind of breathe in.
Kirby's the character you use if you suck with everyone else. And you're just like, man, I'm just gonna take all your powers.
Yeah.
And but no, yeah.
Bowser was pretty strong. Though.
Yeah, but he's slow and can't like do anything.
What if they like? What if I don't know how many of our viewers watch Bobo Bo 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 Bo.
You mean the
It was
greatest show?
the greatest show of all time, former Toonami show. But there's a character in there called Gas Can. I thought he would have just,
Gas can.
he would have been the most amazing.
You want to explain gas can? 'Cause I can't explain it.
What is
The
gas
The
can?
characters in that show. Gas Can was one who he
Was he a gas can?
This was a person, not like an item.
he'd lay off some gas and then
Yeah.
go and use it like in Dragon Ball Z, like fireballs, and just go, and you'd smell awful.
Smell like gasoline.
You'd smell like gas.
Gas
Gas
can.
can. And then there was Bobobo who had nose hairs that were like whips.
Wow. This
I
is-
envy those powers.
Do you wish you had those powers, Ryan? Which one of those would you
I
rather
have.
have?
Well, which one would I rather have? or
Would you
which
rather
one do I
have gas can powers?
I have the gas can power.
Well, there you go. Now you gotta get the other one.
You might want to leave this room.
Oh,
I think Roberto's
no.
passing out.
Okay, we got a while here, so.
But
But no, yeah. But that show was great. There was a lot of great shows back in the day.
Back before the internet.
Today they're all just ridiculous. They're all just random stuff.
Adventure Time.
That makes no
Oh my
sense. It's just a big bunch of random stuff thrown together.
I watched 2 episodes of Adventure Time, and I was like, what is this? I had no idea where the story was,
I'm so
where
confused.
it was going. It was just people who were probably high or something.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
That's what it is.
I never understood like that's the only like somewhat funny show I think that's left on Cartoon Network.
Probably, yeah. Cartoon Network went way
Think
down.
of all the great shows that were on
I
there
know,
during our
right?
childhood,
Right?
The greatest childhood that
Ed,
was.
Ed and Eddie.
Ed, Ed and Eddie, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Johnny Bravo.
Oh my God.
Johnny Bravo.
The best, I think the best one of all time, and everyone should agree with this. Samurai Jack was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
Samurai Jack was
And he
good.
never killed Aku.
Ah, I know.
It was disgusting.
Was his lifelong goal to kill Aku?
Well, he had to get back in time to kill Aku.
Whoa.
How many seasons did that show have? So it just got canceled, or did it never end?
I don't know.
It's still going. It just never ends.
No, eventually it stopped, but
I guess it
I
got
was
like
so
canceled, and they're
disappointed.
like, we need to finish this, and they're like,
Mhm.
nah, it's okay, we'll leave the door open
But
later.
but one show has gone on too long with SpongeBob.
Yep.
SpongeBob has gone on too long. It was brilliant back in the day. Now it's just gone way downhill. They are running out of ideas. You don't even know what SpongeBob is anymore.
I watched one of the latest episodes,
And
and
I
it was
cried.
just awful. Like, SpongeBob and Patrick went to see Fisherman 4. It's like a scary movie, because they're fish, and the fish are up against them, yeah. And they were just, the whole episode, they were just, like, scared. For 15 minutes, it might have been even, now they're stopped doing the 11 minutes break, 11 minutes. Now they're just going the full, like, 22 minutes with one, like, break in the middle as the show, instead of 2 episodes.
So it's just one episode?
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just one episode per, like, 30-minute break.
That show was amazing back in the day. With
Now it's on.
Squidward.
I'm Squidward.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
Squidward does like Krabby Patties. But yeah, so but yeah, so we're gonna take a little break right now, and we'll be right back. We're gonna play some music for you, so stay tuned. You're listening to WGME Radio, WGMRadio.com. All right, sorry about that, everybody. We're back. Roberto on the tech here is a little slow right now. We're trying, but
It's our second episode. I think we'll be.
But yeah, it's okay. Roberto, you figure out your thing. We'll just keep having fun here. So, guys, for this next segment, I want to play a little game called Ryan and Nino, Would You Rather? So, we're going to ask you guys some Would You Rather questions, and you're going to tell us which one you'd prefer. And, we'll see where this goes. So the first Would You Rather question. Ryan and Nino. Which mythical creature would you rather be real? A unicorn or a dragon?
Is there like an option C? Can I pick a narwhal?
Narwhals are real. They are.
They want
They're
you
real?
to think that
They're real.
That's what they.
I agree
That's what
with
they
Ryan.
want you to think.
Yeah.
They want you to think it's all conspiracy. The
Yeah.
narwhal conspiracy.
Have I ever seen a narwhal? Just in an
I-
animated video. And that's it. I haven't seen it anywhere else.
You think
I'll
Man
look
Bear,
at it.
what about Man Bear Pig?
He's obviously real.
Man Bear Pig is real.
There's
I
never
heard that
been a
guy
doubt
who told us
in my
about
mind.
Man
It's
Bear
super
Pig is
serial. He's real.
Yeah, exactly.
It's super serial.
Al Gore
Al Gore
told
said
us.
so.
He was so Cheerios.
That's
Oh my
super
gosh.
serial. But technically, a narwhal is kind of the unicorn of the sea.
Exactly. They're the Jedi of the sea, if you want.
They are.
There was a Pokemon card.
Yes.
I had a Pokemon card that was a
Yes.
narwhal,
Mhm.
2 narwhals.
Mhm.
But their horns were Jedi, lightsabers.
Whoa, so lightsaber narwhals?
The white Jedi.
Is that the mythical creature you're saying you want to be real, Ryan?
It's not mythical.
It's real.
It's real. I've
You
seen
know,
it.
Star Wars is actually based
You know
on
that you know that episode 7 is going to include the Jedi. narwhal?
Jedi narwhals. It's
Stop flying out at sea.
It may be a terrible movie, but that's gonna have
Wookiees,
the narwhals.
Ewoks, and Jedi narwhals.
Return of the Sea.
Star Wars Episode 7. The Sea
Narwhal-
Strikes Back.
The narwhal strikes back.
So you're saying, so which one do you want, Ryan? The unicorn, the dragon?
I think that
Yes. My voice.
I was a huge Spyro fan for any of our viewers who have played Spyro.
Spyro.
When you were young lads.
The little dragon?
Oh yes, dragons are the coolest.
Mm-hmm.
I would want nothing more than. My uncle actually helped work in producing How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, wow.
What a great movie, right?
Great movie. They
So-
trained the dragon.
Oh, they train dragons. My family background, I believe, is surrounded by dragons.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
Dragonborn.
Maybe you're part dragon. You ever think of that?
Well-
Maybe in like 5 years you'll grow wings and breathe fire.
I do love Game of Thrones.
What was that clan called? The part that's part dragon?
I
know,
the
like-
family.
Yeah, like what's
The Targaryen?
Targaryen. That's
Yes.
Oh
There
my
you go.
god.
They're part dragon.
They are part dragon.
You're part dragon.
Don't get killed by fire.
Being a dragon would be kind of
Big
cool.
fan of The Hobbit too. And
The Hobbit is good, yes.
Dragon.
Smell. Big dragon.
Just dragons, no matter what, are really cool. Most of the
They're
time they're
awesome.
portrayed as evil, but if you look at history, like with Spyro and all that stuff, they're not all that bad.
Right, no, they just want to be who they are. And people
They just-
didn't like them.
They're like the sharks of.
They
our
are.
time.
You know what? They're just trying
Everyone
to
wants
do
to
their own thing, and everyone thinks bad about them.
I know. Like the shark coming at you with all that sharp teeth and stuff. He's not trying to kill you.
No.
He just wants to hug you.
Right, he's just doing his thing.
your friend.
Yeah. Did anyone ever try to like hug the dragon? No. They just tried like sticking a sword in it.
Yeah.
Because he was
The
scared. He
black
was
arrows.
Just because he breathes fire and is a little scaly doesn't mean he shouldn't be respected like everyone else.
Makes me sick. Oh, how we treat animals.
Mhm.
Dragons.
Maybe that's why.
Cruelty.
Maybe they were real one time. They're extinct. They're coming back though.
I think they are.
They
Better.
There might be one in the sea. The Loch Ness Monster.
Wow. All right. Next, would you rather question? Which animal would you rather be? A Chihuahua or a Chinchilla?
Aren't they the same?
No, a Chihuahua's a dog,
Oh.
and a Chinchilla is a little big guinea
But
pig rodent
They're
thing.
both chit.
I
They're both chit.
I think they're both still pronounced
They're both in the
tortilla.
chit.
Tortilla.
They're both called tortilla. Yes.
A Chinchilla is just a new type of tortilla.
Yeah.
Chinchillas
So
are.
it's got chili in it, just like chili baked and with the tortilla. bread.
Chili tortilla.
Chinchilla. Do you guys? Chinchillas always reminded me of Totoro.
Totoro.
I can't even explain that show to anybody.
Right, can you explain Totoro?
It's so hard to explain.
It's really hard to explain for any of our viewers. Just look up a picture of Totoro and then compare it to a chinchilla. But he reminded me of.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, and I would not want to be a
tortilla.
Chihuahua.
No, not a tortilla. A chinchilla.
I told you,
But it's okay.
it's tortilla.
It's okay because it's the same thing. But yeah, I would not want to be a Chihuahua. You're just a little dog.
Chihuahua. No one likes chihuahuas.
I bet you if you walk into Taco Bell with a
They're like
Chihuahua,
little-
you'll probably get a free meal at Taco Bell. I'm pretty sure.
They're like little. They're like walking rats.
Yeah, they're not even dogs. They do a little like yip 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 yip, and they're all brr, and they're tiny.
I bet if you like flicked them with your finger, they'd fly.
Probably.
Just like smart cars. If you added wings on the side and went off a little bump, they'd start flying.
I mean, the thing weighs like 10 pounds.
Same with the Chihuahua. Or the tortilla.
Tortilla. I would probably rather have a tortilla as a pet than a Chihuahua.
Yeah, one of those
I would
is
probably
useful.
eat the tortilla too.
Yeah, there you go. I was about to say, that's the only way, like, that's useful.
I would not get near the
Chihuahua
Chihuahua.
wouldn't do anything.
Chinchillas are like the Yodas of all animals, I think.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Why?
very- Well, because if you look at their ears and all that stuff,
Mhm.
and the way their body's shaped, they look like Yoda.
I mean, I guess, yeah. Just old and wrinkly and
Tortilla, we are
wise.
not.
Tortilla, we are not.
I can't do a Yoda voice. That's my other one. That's hard.
Tortilla, we are not. No, that looks like my grandma. Going to
Tortilla, we
the
are not.
bathroom.
Chinchillas, we are.
You do love your grandma. Your grandma.
She's a beautiful woman.
All right, next would you rather question. Would you rather be stuck at the top of the mountain or the bottom of the ocean? Seeing that you're not going to drown at the bottom of the ocean.
So I can breathe underwater.
Well, you have like,
I'm
there's
like-
the appropriate gear.
I'm like Man Ray.
Yeah, it's okay, you can be Man Ray.
Okay.
Man Ray.
That's not my wallet. Everybody remembers from SpongeBob, that SpongeBob episode with Man Ray, and SpongeBob and Patrick are trying to make him like not evil anymore.
Yeah.
That's not
But
my
that's not my
wallet.
wallet. Anyways,
All right, so top of the mountain or bottom of the ocean?
okay, at the top of the mountain.
Okay, you want to like go through this like step by step?
All right, you go
Okay,
first.
you're at the top of the mountain.
Yes.
No one can get above you. Everyone's below you.
No. But,
What do you mean no?
well, the only problem is you have to walk down the mountain, which is probably
So-
going to be awful.
Why
No,
are
you
you stuck
just
on the
you
top
can
of the
like
mountain?
ride down it.
What-
I'd
what?
roll down it, like
Roll
you know,
down the mountain?
Yeah.
I don't think rolling down it. Have you ever tried rolling down a mountain?
Yes. Broke a leg, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to be at the bottom of the ocean?
You
That'd
know
be
what? Actually, now that I think about it, I'd rather be at the bottom of the ocean.
really.
Okay, because I can use my dolphin powers.
Are we just like it's just our body at the bottom of the ocean? And
You're at the
not
bottom
like
of the
an-
ocean.
Okay, not like abandoned ship or anything.
No, you're
Okay.
at the bottom of the ocean.
Okay.
I'd use my dolphin calls and just call all the dolphins to help me out.
See, I would not want to be
I'd
at the
start
bottom of the
making whale
ocean.
noises and be like,
Then all of a sudden,
Yeah,
Whale comes and gets
but,
you.
but have you ever seen what's at the bottom of the ocean? It's like pitch black, and there's a bunch of like sketchy fish down there.
yeah.
Finding Nemo.
I
SpongeBob.
took what I learned in marine biology today. No, it was I've learned. Oh, there's such creepy animals down there. Such creepy animals. I couldn't do it.
But yeah, no, yeah, and
It's
they all
so dark,
glow,
too, you can
and
see.
you don't know what's coming.
You have no idea what's coming.
You'd be gone in a second.
Are these scary animals like the dragons we were talking about? Maybe they're just misunderstood.
Yeah, maybe
No.
they got all
No.
upset.
No.
Maybe they got all upset that they were getting
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that they were getting disrespected, so they
Actually-
just went to the bottom of the ocean.
Actually, you know what? I'd rather be at the bottom of the ocean.
Why?
Sushi.
Sushi, free sushi.
I'll take you.
And you. And you. And you.
the whole buffet right there. You don't have to pay.
It's free. As long as you catch what you can eat.
Yeah. I mean, I
You
guess
eat what you can.
the bottom of the ocean kind of would be cool because you can at least swim around. If you're at the top of the mountain, you're kind of stuck at the top, unless you want to go all the way down and try to see what's down there. But if there's nothing down there, then there was no point coming. Down.
Once you like peed off the side of the mountain, there's like nothing else to do.
Yeah, you're just like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Hey, look at that!
Look at
Oh. Oh.
All right, so the next would you rather question. This one's a classic. I've always thought about this one. Which superpower would you rather have? Would you rather fly or be invisible?
Okay, so if you were invisible, you do a lot of cool things. You could, not condoning any sort of foul behavior, but there's a lot of things you could get away with.
Yeah.
You could go. This is my favorite. You could go streaking all the time.
Well, yeah,
And no one would
And
know.
no one would notice.
but Nina, what do you think?
I'd rather pick flying, just because I could like rob banks and stuff. And
What?
be evil.
But no, wait, but you can rob banks much easier if you're invisible.
Yeah, and none of them are invincible. It's not.
Yeah,
you're not
but-
invincible. So
Yeah, wait,
Whoa, whoa,
wait.
whoa.
Can you explain how flying would help you rob a bank?
You say invisible or invincible?
Invisible,
Invisible.
or flying?
Oh.
Can you wait? But you said
I didn't even
flying
pick my options.
because you can rob a bank. Can you
'Cause
explain
if you're
how
in-
flying would help you rob a
I-
yeah,
bank?
because they
guess-
could still just shoot you down and goodbye.
I mean,
Invisible, they're not gonna know where you are.
Yeah, but you're like holding the stuff. They would know where you were no matter what. Because you're holding something. You're not going to turn that invisible too.
Does it? Can you turn that invisible?
If you want to, you're the one with the power.
I mean, if you,
There you go.
if you can turn things
If you
invisible.
can turn it invisible, then I take invisibility
Okay,
every
yeah.
time.
I didn't
Flying,
think you could turn things
flying
invisible.
still wouldn't work. Because even if you fly into the bank, rob it, and fly out, they're going to be able to find
You gotta get
You're
into
gonna be the only flying person.
You gotta
on Earth.
walk
They know where you live,
into.
probably.
Yeah, you gotta get inside the bank either way through one door or the other.
Yeah.
And they still
so
have
you're gonna have to walk
planes.
through.
Yeah.
But see, I would rather fly, but not so I could rob a bank. just so you can go anywhere. Because if you're invisible, you still have to take planes if you want to travel somewhere. You can only walk down the street if you're invisible.
Either
you
way,
can-
you don't have to pay for
Yeah,
that.
you won't have to pay because they won't see you. You just
No, no.
walk in.
Yeah, if you're invisible or if you
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah, but I'd rather fly somewhere than have to get on a plane. Have you ever gone through an airport and got on the plane and gotten off plane? It's
Go
awful.
buy a jetpack then. You'll be able to get it because no one's going to know that you're taking it.
Whoa, you
Alright.
could buy jetpacks? That's
Yeah.
like military.
First you have to come up with a jetpack.
They have a
Can-
jetpack somewhere.
Is that your
Have you
theory?
not watched Star Wars? Jango Fett,
Mhm.
Boba Fett,
Mhm.
both from different time periods, yet they both had jetpacks?
Alright, so you're gonna go steal Boba Fett's jetpack when you're invisible?
Yes.
Alright, good luck with that. They'll come hunt you down.
Or I'll just take Spyro and go fly.
Yeah,
My new
you-
pet dragon.
There you go.
Because I learned how to train it.
There you go. Actually, yeah, you could be invisible, get a dragon, and fly with that. Then you got everything.
You get a flying fish or a flying squirrel.
Those could work too.
Flying fish just die once it gets
Yeah. Have you seen the flying foxes in Australia?
Yes.
Have you seen that? They are giant basically giant bats.
You know the greatest thing about Australia?
What's
Is
the greatest
that
thing about
everything there can kill you.
Pretty much everything.
I was looking at this like fact thing yesterday about like 37 facts about Australia.
Yeah.
One was like the only place where snakes will eat alligators.
Yep.
What? The only place where you'll find a jellyfish that's like 10 feet long.
Exactly. Yeah.
And those are
Like-
box jellyfish, which will goodbye.
Yeah. Like
They'll-
I would love to go to Australia,
they'll KO
but the
you.
amount of things that
Headshot.
could kill you there would not make it worth it.
Oh, I know. And then there's
The snakes come up through the sewage system, everything. There's snakes everywhere. And spiders. I don't know how they do it.
the spiders that can kill you, the alligators or the crocodiles, the sharks,
Sharks.
Wow.
the people too.
Everything.
They'll kill you with their
And-
beautiful looks.
And the sheeps.
The sheep. There's
Yeah.
a lot of sheep. There's,
Yeah, that's
actually,
where Black Sheep was filmed in
New Zealand. There's
I mean,
in-
For any of our viewers who do not know what Black Sheep is, Black Sheep
Great
was
movie. You have
a
to check it
great,
out. Great movie.
comedy horror movie.
great
where-
movie.
Where
they probably meant to just be a horror movie. But
Yeah.
they find it funny.
It was like a $2,000 budget movie.
probably less. And they went to New Zealand and they did a experiment and they basically made these mutated sheep and the sheep went and started killing everybody. And it's the greatest movie that no one ever knows about.
Yep.
It's so funny.
I would recommend watching it. It's great, and you'll never look at sheep the same again.
Every time I go
But-
to sleep, I right before I go to bed, I always hear. And I
But-
hug Mr. Wuggle Wuggles.
But that
I
is
go to bed.
that in New Zealand. There's more sheep than people.
I
How
know.
awful is like if you're a person in New Zealand, you're outnumbered by sheep. I would not feel happy.
We're gonna lose Australia soon. You guys ever watch that End of the World video? Australia's going bye-bye. Those kangaroos are gonna be the ones that are left.
Kangaroos.
I am lit.
That's another thing in
But
Australia.
I'm tired. Well, have a nap.
Send fires to missiles.
Kangaroos.
But you know the good thing about that video?
What?
California's gonna live with Alaska
Thank
and
you.
Hawaii can come too.
Yeah. You and your California. But
California's gonna break away. They're thinking about dividing California into what, 6 new
really,
areas?
6 new.
Like
six
new
new
states?
I think they were saying new states.
Wow.
Or at least in half. It's never gonna happen.
No.
But like it was this new thing that came up.
No, California's going to break off into its own little island eventually. Anyway,
Yeah.
are you going to be on the island, Ryan, or are you going to stay here? Would you rather be on the island, or would you rather stay here? That's a different would you rather question.
In like Virginia.
Any,
Just in the
would you rather
United
be in the U.S.
Oh,
or,
in the United
or on the
States.
California island? It's not a hard question.
I'd probably be on the California island.
That's what I would do. You just hang out with all your
If it
Californians.
goes down to like where Hawaii's at,
There you go.
I'm
You guys
definitely
can still go
going there.
surfing all the time.
I know.
Do you-
And
Do you surf as a Californian, Ryan? Do you surf?
you can call it surfing. I call it.
Do you just get
Not
up on the
surfing.
board? And, do you get up on the board and fall down?
I love to get on the board, then jump to the top of the wave like a flying squirrel, and then I go down. I'll hit the edge of the board. And
So that's your idea of surfing?
I actually got. I like to kayak surf,
Mhm.
so you'll catch the wave.
Yeah.
You'll be kayak surf. It's basically surfing you're doing on the kayak. It's a bloody battle every time.
Every time.
Every time.
I'm sure it's worth it.
It's totally painful. I got I have a scar next to the other scar in my eye from kayak surfing, so I've got 2 scars.
Whoa. It's pretty tough.
Kayaking was.
You could call me Harry Potter. But,
I'm Harry Potter.
Ron Weasley. Ron. Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Do you like the Harry Potter movies?
I don't like the last one. Last one was so
I never
What
saw.
about the other
I never
one?
saw the
There's, like,
last
how
one.
many?
There's
Six?
what, six?
Seven?
There's
Seven.
six and 2 parts of
The last one
7.
was cut up. Okay.
I never
Yeah.
saw the last
The
one.
final.
I never saw the last one.
It's so disappointing.
Okay.
I mean, if can I say like kind of what happens?
Sure.
Probably.
Well, no,
It's
probably,
just- okay, wait.
don't spoil it for everyone.
It's
Oh,
been
you know,
out, it's
yeah.
been out for like 3-4
All right, go
years.
ahead.
As
say it.
long as it's
If they haven't seen it yet, they're not gonna see it now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I haven't
true.
seen it, and I'm not gonna see it.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one gets offended because it's been out for like 3
Oh,
years. But the final battle between Voldemort and Harry was just so anticlimactic.
Just say the man who should not be named.
Yeah, I know you.
Oh dear God, Roberto, shut the podcast down now. We need to go. We need to
But okay,
We're back.
Then, so yeah, so go on. So what was bad about it? Why?
It was basically Harry and Voldemort just pointing. Oh no!
So you mean they were like doing magic to each other, which is what the whole
They
movie
were
is based
pointing
on.
the sticks at each other.
Yes, that's what the whole movie is.
But it was just so like it was literally just them pointing at each other for like 10 minutes.
That's the movie.
But it was just so.
what
If you
wizards
actually
do.
see it, it was so.
Wizards don't like fight each other hand
No,
to
I know,
hand.
but they
They
could have
point
done
sticks
so
at
much
each other.
more. I felt like it was literally just Harry. You spent 7 movies to like at least in Star Wars, you know,
Mhm.
they make it really. I mean, I guess it's different because they're not like having swords and stuff, but they make it a lot more interesting.
Well, yeah, but Star Wars.
There's a lot more action. And it literally was just them 10 minutes just pointing at each other, and then Voldemort.
Yeah.
Did you
But-
see the scene before that? It actually wasn't shown in theaters. The one where Ron told Harry to.
He dared him.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he dared him. Dared him.
10 bucks says you won't
Yeah.
just stand in front of he who shall not be named and just sit there.
And of course he has to do it because when you're dared $10, you're gonna do it.
What if Voldemort's a girl? Oh God, I said it again.
Let's go.
Right, you're gonna have to work on this. But okay, so next, would you rather question? Would you rather be during the zombie apocalypse, which is coming? It is coming. Would you rather be a zombie or a human who's surviving?
No, zombie. Screw it. That's too much work.
Really?
Yeah, I would not want to have to like live.
You don't like playing those zombie games?
I mean, Nazi zombies is fun, but like when I have to survive, like being a human in a zombie thing, I'm
This-
just like,
This
I kinda just don't
question,
really
this
care.
question came about last night because we were watching The Walking Dead,
Yep.
which is a good show. I haven't dedicated myself to it.
I've
but
never seen it.
It seems like a pretty interesting show.
It's pretty good.
Because it's not just zombies. There's a lot of subplots as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think would I rather be the zombie? I'd probably. Either way, I'm dead. So.
Well, no, because you're a human surviving.
I know. So
you're
I'm
trying to
that-
survive.
Either
so you're
way,
not dead yet.
But I'd rather be the human because at least I'll have a shot. And if it comes down to it, I'll just be like, all right, goodbye, and then
See-
you know.
See, I would totally be the zombie because most likely in a zombie apocalypse, there's only going to be about like 5 to 10 people who you're with, who are trying to survive with you.
Zombies-
If you're not the only one, so
Zombies are
even
misunderstood too.
so even if you
Aw.
try to just kill all these zombies and survive, even if you defeat all the zombies and survive, there's still 5 to 10 people. If you're not alone, then what do? All the cities have been destroyed by the zombies.
You can
There's
just-
nothing left. It's just you, like, group of people hanging out, like, all right, now we just hang out and try to survive on
You
nothing.
get to do whatever you want. You can go if you get to Hawaii or somehow make it down to some cool place in the world.
No, you know who gets to do whatever they want?
Zombies.
The zombies get to do
Yeah.
whoever they want. Because they're dead, but you're still alive. You just can't really think. You're just
You
trying to
can't
eat
think,
brains
though, so
all
what's the
day.
point? If
But
can't-
you can
if
still do whatever you
can't
want.
think- If you can't think, then what's the point?
The point is that you can do whatever you want.
But you're not gonna know. Like, it's just.
If you're a human, you have to live in
You can't
fear, and then you'll have no idea what to do when it's over. Because you'll just be walking around.
But if you're a human,
That's why
you're
I'd
gonna
rather be
become
a
a zombie either way.
Just end it.
Really?
Yeah, so,
So just be a human for a while. If you make it cool, what if they find a cure? Like in I Am Legend, he generated a cure. Some of those
but
people,
then he was the only one left.
World War Z, they found.
he wasn't the only one left.
I think they did.
He needs to go around carrying all of the zombies.
You know what, Frankie? I don't appreciate your attitude. No, but what was that? Warm Bodies, was it?
Yeah, the one with
Oh, yeah,
For the Valentine?
Where, yeah,
zombie movie?
all they needed was
Zombies
love.
are misunderstood.
They just needed
They can
love.
be
They just
totally
needed the
cool.
hug.
That guy was thinking.
When they're coming at you, they're. That's how zombies like make out with people. They'll bite you.
Exactly. So next
They're
time,
biters.
next time you see a zombie, just give it a hug.
Give it a
all,
bite.
all it wants is love. They're misunderstood.
All you need is love. That's what the Beatles are trying to say for so long. They were trying to prevent us from
Zombie-
going in
yeah.
a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. But no, like,
And they tried, but then Yoko Ono decided to show up, and goodbye John Lennon, and goodbye Beatles.
and
Worst
now we're
human
all
being in the world.
doomed. Now we're all doomed.
Yeah,
That was like 50 years ago.
I know.
Mhm.
So
It's like-
less than 40.
it's like it's,
I hope no one
No one
steals
gets
It's like,
offended.
have you guys seen the South Park episode with the Peruvian flute bands who play the music to stop the giant hamsters from coming? But once the Peruvian flute bands are gone, the hamsters come out and destroy everything.
Oh
The
my
Beatles were stopping us from a zombie apocalypse. Now that they're gone, it's only a matter of time.
It's such a shame. I'm a huge Beatles fan.
I know you are.
They're so beautiful. Paul's voice, Ringo. Who names their? Who has the name Ringo? No one.
Ringo.
And,
a cool name.
And Johnny
Johnny.
came up with one of the most beautiful songs of all time.
Mhm.
But they tried to save us from that zombie apocalypse, and one by one,
Do you
they've
think-
come along
did-
and taken each Beatle from us away. And now we only have Paul and Ringo to remain.
Do you think Yoko was a zombie accomplice? did the zombies hire Yoko to go get rid of John?
I've been waiting for someone to agree with me on this for so long,
Done.
and it's finally happened.
The zombies hired Yoko to go get rid of John Lennon so that the Beatles would end and the apocalypse could begin.
This is really revolutionary what we're doing right
I
now.
know, right?
Everyone who, if you're listening to this, take action right away.
You know.
Just put on the radio, listen to some Beatles, and
hmm Yeah, and that's the other thing.
Stop.
If the zombies
Let it
start,
be.
if zombies start running at you, just blast Beatles music. Maybe they'll go away.
yeah, it's like in Call of Duty Nazi Zombies, where you throw the monkey out,
Yeah.
and it starts playing on the music, and all the zombies just start dancing.
Yeah, maybe let's all start a synchronized dance.
Exactly. Just put in some Beatles music.
Yeah, maybe a whole sing-along musical.
Like Thriller?
Like
Well, the lizards
True.
started dancing.
Like Thriller.
Everybody has an evil cat or an annoying dog.
It's okay. So you're saying Michael Jackson also? Michael Jackson tried what the Beatles couldn't finish
Oh my god.
to stop the zombies.
Wow.
It-
This is revolutionary. This actually is revolutionary.
Music is the key to stopping the zombie
Music
apocalypse.
brings about. It really does. Like the influence of the Stones and the Beatles during the '60s
Mhm.
and '70s
Mhm.
was so huge to like the young people.
Oh yeah.
And the Beatles were like, obviously Lennon was a huge anti-Vietnam War person.
Yeah.
So music, I mean, music can be a
Music can do
huge,
everything.
Huge influence.
Can save the world.
Imagine all the people. Such beautiful times those were.
Mhm.
I would have loved to be born in the '70s, and then I realized I would hate to be born in the '70s because everything other than music was absolutely awful.
That's okay. But so now the final would you rather question of this segment. So, would you rather fight 100 chicken-sized horses or one horse-sized chicken?
This is a Reddit question. And I really have no idea. Hopefully this never comes to be like fruition or anything. But I'd be so scared if I have to fight
A
100
horse-sized chicken, or
Yeah, like-
hold on,
Imagine a horse, but it was a chicken. And then imagine
a million of those.
No, one of those. So like a giant chicken versus like you see a normal chicken, right?
Yeah.
A normal chicken, but 100 of those sized horses. So it's a horse, but at a chicken size. Which would you rather fight? A giant chicken or 100 small horses?
I'd mount the chicken.
Slay the horses.
We don't live in Skyrim where people just lose their mind because you went and attacked a chicken or something like that.
Ryan, are you saying you had a traumatic experience in Skyrim where you killed the chickens and everyone came after
The
you?
first time I played Skyrim, I went and I saw a chicken and I slayed it
Yeah.
with my Dovahkiin sword. And then the people that were like, yeah, and we
They didn't really like that.
yeah
They don't like you killing
goodbye
the chickens.
It's
Skyrim.
someone's chicken.
And then
It's like killing someone's dog. Of course they're gonna get mad at you. That's their chicken. You don't just kill people's chickens, Ryan.
people eat chicken.
Yeah,
No one
they
eats. I mean,
And that went in a whole different direction.
Yeah, I know. What? Okay. Well, Nino, what do you think about this? Would you rather fight the chickens or the horse? Chicken.
I would like to take on the chicken. I would like a chance to take on this giant chicken, just because I think if I could like stab it like somewhere around the heart area, then I'd have a feast for everyone once it's dead. But if I probably would lose, so I think I might want to fight the 100 horse-sized chickens.
Right. But if 100 horse-sized,
Do you know how strong, like, if
No, no.
horses
No,
back
wait,
you or
no,
something?
Nino, you mean 100 chicken-sized horses?
Chicken-sized horse. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Oh
mean,
my god.
but
Horse-sized
I
chicken.
think eventually,
You see Jimmy Neutron?
Yeah.
Remember the movie with the giant chicken?
Yeah.
It was a giant chicken, wasn't it?
yeah.
Oh yeah, movie.
Voltron!
Oh my god.
And they all started doing the chicken dance.
Yeah. I'd mount that thing.
Just
And
take
then
it
I'd
down.
conquer people.
Just take it down.
If you are on the back of a chicken, it's like in Game of
you
Thrones.
mean a back of
where
a
if
horse-sized
Danny-
chicken,
Yeah.
not a regular chicken.
I know.
Yeah.
I'd still take the chicken.
Just go. Just go.
To be honest,
Danny's dragons in Game of Thrones.
See
For any of you who watch Game of Thrones, she has dragons.
Yeah.
Are
So-
Ryan just spoiled Game of Thrones.
I know.
Oh
No.
Right. So now you've spoiled Harry Potter and Game of Thrones today.
I'm sorry.
You're having an off day, man. It's okay, but I mean, I would not want the 100 chicken-sized horses running at me. Because if they ever catch up to you, you're done.
I think they would lose strength, as they get smaller.
Really?
The chickens?
Yeah. I bet you it would be like no, the chickens.
The horse, the horse-sized
I
chicken,
feel like they would have the
chicken-sized
same
horses.
strength as a chicken because they're at that size.
Okay.
Type of
Okay.
thing. So it'd just be kind of like someone was like tickling you.
Now, if you could tame one of them, domesticate one of them, which would you use against the zombie apocalypse?
The chicken or the 100 horses?
The 100
Horse-sized chickens.
chicken-sized
No,
horses,
Oh my God.
or the one horse-sized chicken? Which would you use against the zombie apocalypse?
The horse-sized chicken.
The
giant
one horse-sized chicken?
Can we just have a giant chicken and really small horses?
Yeah.
So we don't have to keep like
I'd take
mixing it
a
up.
giant chicken.
Really? Against
Horses are going to get
But
taken down either way.
against the entire zombie apocalypse, one giant chicken.
Yeah.
Huh.
You use that beak.
So it's like a
stab
tank?
those guys. It's like a tank. And then you lay eggs and use them as like
What do you-
bombs and stuff.
That works. But
So you're saying this giant chicken will make bomb eggs?
bomb egg. Okay.
It's like egging
possible.
someone.
Genetic engineering these days is possible. It's coming.
I mean, we have a horse-sized chicken. Who knows what it can do?
Or zombie sheep.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
We have zombie sheep.
Zombie
Yes.
sheep for zombie apocalypse.
Ooh,
My gosh.
ooh, dun, dun,
Find out next time.
dun. But so Ryan, so that concludes the would you rather section. But Ryan, I hear you have an animal of the day for us.
Oh, our animal of the day today is, excuse me, I got an A in AP literature and language, so don't correct me on that.
Grammar police.
You're under arrest for the wrong use of an adverb.
You're going to grammar jail.
Anyways,
All right, so
our
the-
animal of the day
Yes.
was
Good.
the sea pig.
The sea pig.
Yes,
Okay. What is a
What?
sea pig? Please explain.
it's a pig that lives under the sea.
Oh, okay.
Just like the sea goat, the
It looks
seahorse,
like
and the sea
it looks
walrus.
like a cucumber.
But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wait, isn't
You
there
know
a
that-
sea cucumber too? So what do sea cucumbers look like?
Cucumbers.
Cucumbers
Under the sea.
Except under the sea.
They're just,
Biology
they're just really
101.
wet.
You know how much?
Oh
fun-
yeah, the guy who was all like the jellyfish king.
Yeah.
He was a sea cucumber.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. That was a way early episode. I don't remember that.
But you know
What
what?
about juniors?
You know what animal I think is better than the sea pig? Because the
What?
sea pig is kind of boring. It just
Yeah.
kind of walks around the bottom of the ocean. The lemming. The little lemming.
I heard
The-
you like lemon.
There's actually a in our studio here.
Yes, there's a
There's a
poster that says the treading lemming. Now,
Does
those
that
It's
mean-
at www.treadinglemmings.
now, Ryan, do you know what a lemming is?
Yes, the lemming, which I learned in biology way back when I was a young
Wee
lass in 7th grade.
Yes.
We watched a video of these. They look like gophers,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Just bigger or
Giant
smaller?
hamsters,
Giant hamsters.
and they would go
Mhm.
and mind their own business in their old lemming holes.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there'd be a calling. It's like the hero quest that you learn in literature. There's the call, the call to action,
Yeah.
and the hero goes on his journey. And this lemming, they come out of their holes,
Yep.
and there's like 100 of them,
Yep.
and they'll stop. And then they charge, and they run, and then, I don't know if it's like based on instinct or they're following some sort of leader.
They
but
just all follow the same
and
lemming.
they
wherever
follow,
it goes.
and they run and jump off a cliff.
Just giant packs of lemmings.
Why?
They'll follow them wherever they go.
So remember, kids, always be a leader, not a follower.
Yes. Do not be the treading lemmings, because once they're off the cliff, they have to try to swim around in the water. And I'm guessing a giant hamster is not the world's best swimmer.
It's a great analogy for people today. Don't be the follower, be the leader. Look at the lemming.
Don't be the treading lemming. It's a word of advice for today.
I don't know if it's based off instincts, but it is.
It's gotta be, because why else would 100 lemmings all jump off a cliff?
You got to see some of the videos. It's so funny. They're just running, and then.
I would suggest all of you look up the lemming video where they try to jump off the cliff and all fall the same way.
Just type into YouTube lemmings.
Right,
And you just see
like-
all the lemmings.
If evolution happens, then maybe they'll be able to fly one day. But
Like imagine that being your life. One day you're just hanging out, doing your thing, and all of a sudden the head lemming decides he wants to run out of the cave, and out of nowhere you just get up and start going, and you don't know where you're going. You're just following this guy, and he's taking you all off a giant cliff to nowhere.
It's pretty much like what war was like back, when they had like gigantic armies of like 20,000 people,
Yeah.
or whatever, even
Dude.
more. They're just like, oh, our leader's telling us to go this way. Okay, bye. And just go, oh, there's other people. Let's fight them now. And instead of this one, it's just,
Braveheart.
my leader's going that way. Let's go. Wee.
Oh, look at
my
that.
God, it's a cliff. Oh, no.
I didn't know it was gonna be like this.
They didn't know.
I didn't do it. Party in the showers. Longest yard. What a great movie. But
But yeah,
yeah, lemmings. I would say lemmings are unique.
yes.
Maybe
They're
stupid.
They're a great animal, but I would not want to be one.
I wonder if you got one as a pet, and you just.
Think,
like, imagine it just
wait,
like falling down
wait,
the
wait.
stairs.
You're walking it, and all of a sudden you're just walking along like you normally do with like a dog or something. Or some people do it with their
Yeah,
cats. I
yeah.
don't understand. But you're walking along, and all of a sudden it just puts its head up. It's like. You look at it like, oh my gosh, Lemmy, what's going on?
Lemmy the lemming.
And then
he goes back.
And then he
"It's
looks at
my
you.
time."
It's time.
I must do this.
I must move north. And he just bolts
Takes
off,
off.
and you never see him again.
He's going to meet with the pack.
And then you look at the hills, and there's like a bunch of like armies of lemmings.
coming over the hills. Whee!
An army of lemmings just charging down.
It's,
Everybody run!
it's the annual thing, like the March of the Lemmings. They should make, instead of the March of the Penguins, the sequel, the
March of the Lemmings.
March of the Lemmings, the Cliff's Edge.
That'd be so funny to have a lemming as a pet.
It'd be basically a giant hamster though, but hamsters are cool too.
That's a good movie. The Pet Lemming, or
The Pet Lemming, the
What?
good movie.
Or-
The March of the Lemmings?
think of a movie like that, like based off a lemming. Some guy gets a pet lemming. It's call to action.
Boom.
It's like it's something you wouldn't expect. Like in Star Wars, Episode 4.
Right.
No one expects Luke to be like the savior
He's
of the
just a little
universe to
kid.
destroy the evil empire. He's a little kid on a farm. He's a peasant. But then that call to
It is.
force.
But no, so yeah.
In some ways, Luke Skywalker is a lemming.
In some ways, yes.
The things you learn on the Mason Order.
It's your fact of the day. Now, Ryan, you do have a fact of the day, right?
Yes.
What is our fact of the day?
Our fact of the day, and
Yes.
this is a very interesting one. The average person, through the average person.
That was Richard Nixon.
Oh,
that was
Richard
Nick's
Nixon.
voice.
Richard Nixon. Never mind. Richard Nixon.
I can't even do. I haven't watched the show in like.
What about Zoidberg?
Zoidberg, whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, it's like that.
Zoidberg is so funny.
Yeah.
Our fact
Of
was
the day.
the average person spends 3 years of his life not, working, not doing some of those other things that you might expect.
Yeah.
He spends 3 years of his life on the toilet.
Whoa, really?
I'll probably imagine that I'll spend a lot more, but
I think I've already spent 5 years.
But think
Out of
about
my
that.
18, 5 of them.
Of your
on the
like
toilet.
humans live an average of like 80 years or so. 3 of those, 3 complete years are spent doing that instead of going out and living life.
we should get rid of toilets.
No, we shouldn't.
Ban.
Just
Prohibition.
Stop our bot. What? Prohibition of toilet? Wait. This is more important than what I was going to say. I love toilets.
The underground toilet economy. The black market.
Oh my god.
The way it worked with alcohol.
Oh my god.
Working now with...
Toilets.
Yeah.
That should not be a
Could you
thing.
imagine
Wow.
a life without indoor plumbing?
Anyway, imagine back in like the
We'd
medieval
be living
days.
like in like Braveheart and all those good times.
Those were good times.
Those were
Those were good
great
times.
times.
I would have loved to live in those times.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
The
No, you
Roman
wouldn't.
Empire.
No, you wouldn't.
Caesar.
There was
When
no
they first got our
technology.
Caesar salads. What?
There was no technology. You just live on the street, basically. No,
You go fight
no
things,
electricity.
and you have to go kill food, and you have to.
Right?
I
yeah.
guess if you
That's
live
like-
in that time period, then you're kind of used to it. But if you're like us, if we go like back
Oh, I
in
know,
time and have
yeah.
to live through that,
We have
and we
no
already
idea
seen
what
what
to do.
technology's going to be.
Like imagine if we were back then.
Like a million times.
Like imagine like if you wanted to be like Link back then. That'd be awesome.
Fictional character.
Yeah, exactly. That's not real. You can't base
all
fictional
came from
characters
somewhere.
off of real history.
You guys are
okay.
sick. Where's your imagination? Imagination.
Mine's still stuck in that box. I think it's in the dump. I still haven't moved it yet. It hasn't biodegraded yet.
It's okay. You'll find it.
No, I would love to. There's some tough periods of time where I'd be like, wow, I would love to live during those days.
Oh, definitely.
But
Why? I would never want to live back then.
I would no, I would pick now every time.
Right.
But
For like,
There's
you would
sometimes
like
I
to go and visit.
I wish
2 weeks.
Time machine would be such a cool invention.
$5 says you won't go to the time machine and go back for 2 weeks.
Whoa. Now, if you were a time
I just
machine,
went back in time.
if you were a
You
time
want to see me
machine,
do it again?
Yes.
if you were in a time machine, would you go back to like dinosaurs or no?
That's a
Okay,
good
so-
question.
no,
'Cause
but
that's
here's the
even more
thing. Well, here's
dangerous
the
than
thing.
Australia.
Okay, so how does this work though? So does the time machine follow you back?
Mm-hmm.
It goes back with you in time?
Yeah.
I have to watch Family Guy again. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
okay, yeah.
time
Let's
machine.
hypothetically your time machine goes back with you.
It does.
Well, you're gonna be able to get back. Yes. If that's-
You're gonna be able to get back.
No matter what, like nothing's gonna go wrong. You're gonna like lose a
Oh, you-
battery or something.
Yeah.
You know what'd be really cool actually?
Oh.
You know the Scooby-Doo movie where cyberspace chase?
Scooby-Doo.
The cyber chase is it called?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Scooby-Doo.
Yes,
so
yes, it
I
is.
don't remember.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the cyber chase one where they go into the video game.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Mhm.
Fairly Odd Parents went to a video game too.
No, but if the time machine can come back with you,
Yeah.
I'd take the time machine. I'd go back to the dinosaur. days.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything's trying to kill you.
Yeah.
I can go to Australia today and it'd be the same.
But no, I mean,
I
I
go to Florida
would.
too and it'd still be the same.
Oh man, just go back to the. Have you seen the prehistoric sloths?
I'd mount those things.
Again and ride them around?
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be that
the
easy.
king of the prehistoric era.
They're like 15 feet tall.
T-Rex
And they
doesn't
move
got nothing on
like
me.
3 feet faster than a dead sloth.
Yeah, he wouldn't be going
3 feet per second
anywhere.
faster. Yeah, you're just gonna be like,
Yeah, go.
look at my sloth. My sloth is amazing.
What would you
I-
name your giant sloth?
What I don't know.
Where does your sloth in general?
Reptar.
Reptar the giant sloth.
Slotholumpicus.
Isn't that
The
from
sloth rat. No, the Slorax.
the Slorax?
Oh, yeah.
Really, you're gonna take Dr. Seuss and name your sloth after it?
Yeah, and for Pokemon Snorlax.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
like a
Snorlax.
combination of like
Yeah.
3 names.
Wow.
Snorlax is basically a sloth. You could call him Slothax.
Sloth X. That's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
cool though.
I'd probably rename him Carl.
Carl.
Yeah.
Carl the sloth. Go,
Hey.
Carl.
Get free Carl's Jr. every day.
Yeah, is he gonna have a kid named
The
Carl
National
Jr.?
Free Food Day. Do you think you have a sloth? That should be a holiday, Sloth Day.
Sloth Day. Sloth Appreciation Day.
I
Everyone
know.
moves 3 feet per minute, or 3 feet
Build
a day.
sloth colonies.
Sloth colony.
You don't go anywhere, you just stay home.
Yes, for Sloth Day, you lay upside down on the couch. Oh, sloth.
I always thought that didn't you guys watch Lost?
Yeah. Oh,
I always thought that the monster in that was a giant sloth.
Really?
Because I saw a magazine cover once, and it's like, this is the monster in Lost, and I looked at it, it was a giant sloth.
It could be. Maybe that island just had a giant sloth.
That show was so
It was amazing.
trippy.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Good
But
thing I didn't
you
watch
you think one thing, and then
Something
something
completely
else
crazy
completely-
happens.
If you missed one episode in that show,
You're lost.
You were done.
You were
lost.
lost.
You were lost.
That's the joke.
Hooray. What I learned today at boating school. But,
When I learned that
Today
boating
at
school is...
What I learned at boating school is.
No, but Lost, that's basically what Lost was. It made you get lost.
Right? But that's the point. That's what's so great about the show.
And there were a lot of episodes.
I haven't watched it and I'm still lost.
You're lost before you even
Yeah,
started.
exactly.
Then you'd be way off.
I'm never gonna find it either.
I would hate being in a deserted island
Find
by
time to
yourself,
watch
having no way to
Lost.
get off. Like, what would you do?
Well,
You could go out Tom Hanks and make a little volleyball friend.
Yes.
I'd swim.
He'd
And swim.
swim.
Squidward, swim. No, I'd keep swimming, just keep swimming.
But you're gonna
just
get eaten
keep
by a
swimming.
shark. Probably.
I'll die either way.
I'd rather live on the island. Try to survive.
Which island? Or like that island in Lost?
No, an island
And
in the
just
middle of
any
the ocean.
random island?
Any random island.
Okay. I did that in Pokemon for a while, and it went pretty well.
Okay.
What?
So just do
There's some islands
do the
in
same
Pokemon.
exact thing you did in Pokemon. Then.
Yeah. There you go. Train all those animals.
Perfect.
I'd be like the Jungle Boy, or from the Jungle Book.
What if all the animals made you their
Oh
leader?
my god.
All the animals make you their leader. I am your leader.
It's like in
I feel like that's a movie. George of the Jungle. Did he control?
George of the Jungle. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I'd
He
be like
controlled animals?
he did, right?
Something like that.
I don't know. I think he like.
It'd be like
talked to
Beast Boy.
people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Or
there you go.
Teen Titans.
Yeah.
I thought Beast Boy just turned into animals. He can talk to them too.
Yeah.
Why not just be Meowth?
Well, if
You can talk to everybody.
if,
Every other Pokemon.
if you could
Because I
turn
wanna
into
be a
an
cat.
animal, I'd expect you to be able to talk to the
I
animal.
don't want to be a cat.
You don't want to be
No.
a rough and tough 1930s cat?
Cats are awful. They are
Cats are awful.
They're disgusting.
They're cute as kittens, I guess.
Exactly.
They can be.
Kittens are cool.
But once they grow
Once
up,
they evolve and into cats,
they don't do
Goodbye.
anything. They
But
sit
they're-
around all day.
they no.
Cool.
In fact, sometimes it's just the opposite. That you'll never see them for a month.
Yep.
This is how, like with cats. You know, they'll disappear for a month, and you'll be like, well, time to get a new cat. You get a new cat, the next day the old one comes back and is like, meow, meow, what's going on here? Who's this?
I
I thought we had something special.
I go on vacation and this is what you do with me.
I came here on business.
It was a business trip. You have to. What are you doing? But no, and then they'll just go away. And then,
Both the cats leave. They go somewhere else. They have a new cat, and they both come back.
and then they come back and they're angry you have a new cat, so they're gonna scratch you more than they already did.
Cats are just,
I don't get
oh
it.
my gosh, I don't get cats.
Mm-mm.
They'll never show you affection.
Right, dogs love you. Cats.
Dogs will always care for you and
Cats.
love you. Cats are just, they're antisocial.
They don't want you.
They'll go out.
Antisocial.
They are.
It's weird thing to say about animals.
That
Can animals talk to each other? Is that a
they
thing?
can communicate. Probably.
Dolphins communicate with it. Whales do it.
No, no.
But with, like,
what
other
about
Are you with an
communicate with a
opposite,
dolphin?
with an opposite animal?
Yeah, I mean they give off like
It's,
senses.
yeah,
just like-
they
They all
they'll
speak
give off-
different languages.
They, I don't know about it. They communicate with each other.
but they know that
Certain
other animals
like
are there.
Pokemon can.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But they know that other animals are there.
And like
I know, yeah,
they'll
yeah.
do certain like motions and stuff that'll give you off a certain
Yeah, like they'll be all like, "Rawr," if they don't
Yeah.
want you around, or
like
they'll-
a snake
Yeah.
and a honey badger.
Ooh, that's a good matchup.
A honey badger wins.
The honey badger
Has
wins.
anyone ever done like a tournament bracket, like animals fighting each other, who would win? And like
No.
what's the ultimate like fighting animal?
Maybe we should do this. You know,
We'll do this, and we'll
weekly,
discuss this next
weekly
time.
animal matchups.
Yeah.
68,
next time.
68
On
animals.
our
Next
show-
time-
Next week we'll discuss that. On
Next
our
time
show.
it begins. Animal Fight Club.
Yeah, and
That is my favorite
and
movie.
the Fight
The
Club.
Fight Club, yes. Oh my god, it made me think, and I felt like I'm in heaven because this movie was amazing. That's my favorite movie of all time now, ever since I saw it.
Wow.
I thought a lot of my favorite movies of all time had Leo, and they were my
Django
favorite.
was my used to be my
Django was a very good movie.
Django was very good.
Inception was a good movie.
Django.
Almost lived up to Black Sheep.
Black Sheep was the best one. We're not even comparing
Number
the
one
two.
by far.
Black Sheep is by far the best movie
Oh,
of all
yeah.
time. But
But yeah, well, that's gonna do it for us today. We're heading out of here. But be sure to tune in next time, same place. I'm Frank Tambini, here with Ryan Cook and Nino Dandan, signing off. You're listening to WGME Radio,
next time
WGMEradio.com.
on Dragon Ball Z. It was a good episode.
We did the entire hour. It's okay, Roberto. No, you know what? That was actually really good improv.
We didn't. Yeah, we. I was kind of scared for a second. I was like, oh Jesus, oh Jesus.